I speak, I test, and we supervise and enforce data protection laws. In many ways. At the EDPS, we supervise and enforce data protection laws in several ways. Firstly, through consultation and advising. The EDPS advises EU institutions and bodies on data protection matters. This includes issuing guidelines, opinions, and recommendations on various issues related to data protection. Secondly, through inspections and audits. We conduct inspections and audits of EU institutions and bodies to ensure compliance with data protection laws. These inspections can be either announced or unannounced. Next, by handling complaints. Any individual and any EU staff member can lodge a complaint with the EDPS if they believe their data protection rights have been violated by an EU institution or body. And then we will investigate these complaints and take action if necessary. And finally, through enforcement actions. If we find that an EU institution or body is not complying with data protection laws, the EDPS can take enforcement actions. This can range from issuing warnings and reprimands to imposing administrative fines. In practice, the enforcement by the EDPS involves several steps: investigations, dialogue and recommendations, decision-making, and legal recourse. Investigation starts when a potential breach of data protection law is identified, either through a complaint or an own initiative investigation. Then the EDPS will investigate the matter. The second step involves dialogue and recommendations. The EDPS engages in a dialogue with the concerned EU institution or body, and we usually provide recommendations on how to rectify the situation. The next step is decision-making. If the issue is not resolved through the dialogue or the breach is serious, the EDPS will take a formal decision, which might include orders to change practices or impose administrative fines. And at the end, legal actions are possible. That means that EU institutions and bodies have the right to challenge the decisions of the EDPS in the Court of Justice of the European Union. Data protection laws should be applied in day-to-day life of the EU institutions. And we foster the practical application of data protection law mainly through three means. First, guidance and best practices. We publish guidelines, best practices, and toolkits to help EU institutions and bodies understand and apply data protection laws effectively. 2. Training and awareness. We conduct training sessions and awareness-raising campaigns to educate staff of EU institutions and bodies and their data protection officers about data protection responsibilities. And 3. Cooperation with other authorities. The EDPS cooperates with other data protection authorities to ensure a consistent application of EU data protection laws across the EU and worldwide.